Okay, so welcome to the session of Oracle Database Administration. And today we are going to cover complete, few more topics like as I was discussing. Like today we will start with FRA. Bef- Before we start with FRA and restores and recoveries, yesterday we did shut abort. Okay, how we did shut abort and what happens when you do a shut abort. That I will cover first, and then we'll go to the next sessions. Okay. So as I said, like recycle bin is already completed. We have done the recycle bin. So we'll complete this basic things, small things. First, we'll complete about shut abort. Before I complete the shut abort, yesterday, before I complete, the shut abort, I wanted to tell you something. Okay. I have to appreciate Dingana that he's actually practicing very well. Okay. I appreciate his practice, and he got one good catch. That was a good catch. Yesterday, when he was practicing. I was actually at the end of the session. At the end of the session, if you people remember, I told like create database. Sorry, drop table space name, and when you drop this table spaces, and I told you like let me explain you like this. It's better that I explain you in a whiteboard. So if you people remember, like I told like this is the database. This is the database. Okay, in this database we have data files, right? We have data files, and it means all the table space related data files, and we have the backup located in the backup server. We have backups located in the backup server of all these data files and everything. So what we did in here with connecting to SQL. Okay, we have connected to SQL, and I told you, right, drop table space name, right? Drop table space name, and including data files and everything. After dropping, I told you like we can restore and recover, but you people did not ask me from where we can restore and recover, and I also did not tell you like you people were expecting from Arman. Actually, you people were expecting from Arman. Yesterday he was asking me the same question. So actually it will not be cataloged, right? It will not be cataloged. When you drop any particular file from SQL, you have to, it is nothing but you are doing it logical. You're not physically removing a file. Physical removal means RM. Physical removal means RM. Removing a file physically is a RM. When you do physical removal, physical backups will help. When you do logical removal, obviously logical backups can help to import. Logical backups will help to import the data back again into the table space. Understand, everyone? Dingana, you understood what is the solution?
Yes, come on. It means we'll use data pump to
Yeah,
restore.
exactly. So how do we use that is we have dropped the table space, right? So what we have to do now after dropping, again we create the table space back. Again we create the table space back, and if we have the export backups, you just import the data into the table space, and it will work. Understand what I'm talking?
Yes, come on.
Yes, sir.
But if you do a physical removal, obviously physical backups will definitely help to replace or restore and recover the data, which I have already proved yesterday. So I was talking about the physical backups, right? So when I'm doing a physical backups, restores and recoveries, like I did only physical things. I did not do the logical things. So people might expect like dropping a table space and restoring the data from restoring the table space from Arman. No, when you drop a table space, you have to restore it from the EXPDP. Whatever the EXPDP is there, you have to IMPDB. After creating a physical file again, you need to import the data. Okay, that is how we can do it. This part is clear in restores and recoveries.
Yes, sir.
If everyone are clear, then we'll go to the next session.
Kuma, so in this case where I dropped the table space and I didn't have an export for it, so it means that one is lost. I'll just have to create another one.
So you can create one, and what you do is you can create one table space, and if you have export backup, you just import it back. Okay. If you have the export backup, in general we have an export backups. Daily exports are scheduled. We have a scheduled backups of exports. Okay. So daily what we'll do, we'll have exports of the table spaces and everything logical data and physical data, everything is scheduled actually. Okay, but it should be cataloged. If you want to do it from Arman, it should be cataloged basically. Catalog will actually help us. What is this catalog and all? I'll show you in the real-time session. Okay.
Okay, Kumar.
Yeah. If they are cataloged files, then we can do it. So I'll help you how to do it from I'll show you in the real-time session what are these catalog and why, how they are getting cataloged into, R1 has to register it basically. R1 has to register it. Okay. And,
Okay, Kumar.
without registering, it will not work. If it is registering, then that's okay. But yesterday, if you remember, what we did, we removed the files, we removed the control file also. When we remove the control file, what happens? Registration is gone, right? You remember, registration is gone. What registration? Database registration, backups information, the log sequence number, okay, and everything is lost. So when the control file is lost, when you are actually restoring the control file, that is okay. But if you are not restoring the control file, if you people remember, I have given you a session called control file recreation of control file. You people remember that?
Yes, Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Recreation of control file. I think like people forgot. Let me open this. So recreation of control file. Where is this? This one. Control file management, recreation of control file. This is called, as I told you, when the control file is lost and you are recreating the control file, which means again like you are giving a new birth to the database only. When a control file is lost and you have no options left, you have no options left now. You don't have backups, you don't have mirroring. If you have mirroring, see, there are two things. An interview, there will be a lot of questions that will be asked that you might face a lot of interview questions based on the scenario based. Okay, they'll ask you, hey, I lost my control. First they'll ask you, what is control file? Everyone will say that control file is the heart of the database. That answer became like a, it's a basic thumb rule, or everyone will tell the same thing. And obviously you people will also tell the same thing. When somebody is asking like what is a control file is the heart of the database, because at the time of database mount, we need control file to mount the database. So even if we have data files and ready log files, without a control file we cannot mount the database. So we cannot open the database without mounting a database. So that is how the control file is very important, because it reads the SCN number, everything, and then it will mount the database. Is what you people will do. Okay, now next question is control file is lost. After that, the next question is control file. I lost the control file. Now you're telling control file is the heart of the database. Now I lost the control file. What to do? I don't have to worry. If I lost the control file, I have the mirroring also. And if I lost control 01.ctl, I have control 02.ctl. I have mirroring. So I will replace the mirror, or I will restore the control file from the mirror copy. Next question. No, I don't have a mirror. No, I don't have a mirror. Control file is lost. What is the alternate option? Yeah, no problem. I have the RMAN backups in which control file auto backup is on. I have the RMAN backup from which the control file auto backup is on. So every time the control file, the latest control file will be backed up every time. So I'll just restore the control file from the latest backup. Whatever the latest backup is there, I'll restore the control file and perform the database recovery. Okay. Now he says, no, I don't have the backups. For database, I don't have the backups. Now what you will do? I don't have to worry. Just recreate the control file. If you recreate the control file, what happens? Control file is lost. You are recreating the control file, which means you are giving a new birth to the database. Which means incarnation. You are giving a new birth to the database. All the old information is erased from the control file. All the old information is erased from the control file. You are recreating the control file. Okay. All the old information means like database name, SCN number, database backups, sequence number, database birth time, what is the log sequence number, everything. All information is erased. Now you are recreating the control file. Will there be any data loss? There may not be any data loss, but when you are recreating the control file, it is a new control file. which means like a heart transplantation. Again, as I said yesterday, which means like a heart transplantation. You are replacing the heart. Okay. So, so that's the answer. So these are the possibilities basically in interview. First, they might think they will ask you what is a control file. You will answer like heart of the database. It is lost. You will say I have the mirror copy, so I'll replace the mirror copy. No mirror copy. No problem. I have the backups. I'll restore the control file from the latest backup. No backup. No problem. I'll recreate the control file. That's the worst scenario. But in real time, definitely we will maintain two mirror copies: control01.ctl, control02.ctl, control03.ctl. Totally 3 control files. Means 1 primary copy, 2 mirror copies. So you don't have to worry. Understood? What is control file management?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kumar. Yes, Kumar.
Okay. And now we'll start Shutterbot. I think like Shutterbot also. Okay, fine. What happens when you give Shutterbot? When we give Shutterbot, instance plus memory and background processors will disappear, and all data files abruptly closes. Abruptly. What is the meaning of abrupt? Instantly. Instantly, without any single second. Without any single second. So before you understand Shutterbot, what do we have to understand is we have to understand about shutdown immediate. Shutdown immediate. What happens when you give shutdown immediate? Immediately it starts shutting down. Immediately it starts shutting down. So for that we need to go to the back architecture again. We need to go to the architecture. Log writer. Read log files. Okay, this checkpoint and DB writer. So checkpoint and DB writer. First, whose job? First, log writer job. Log writer job is to write into the ready log files and archive. Once log switch is completed, once archive is completed, once log switch is completed, means archive is completed, then checkpoint job. What is the checkpoint job? This is CKPT. This is CKPT. This is LGWR. This is archiver, and this is a DB writer. DB writer. Okay. DB writer. DB writer always sleeping. DB writer job is always sleeping. DB writer sleeps most of the time. Most of the time DB writer sleeps. Okay. When DB writer will wake up, when checkpoint starts, when checkpoint tells that, hey DB writer, please wake up. Okay. Why again, for every class, why again I'm coming to architecture? Because architecture is having a link with every class. Without architecture, there is no class at all, right? So let me come like this. Okay. So why Shutterbot needs the architecture class again? Because log writer is writing. This is a log writer, right? LGWR. Log writer is writing into read log files. There will be all SCN numbers. Current SCN numbers will be there. Current SCN numbers, like everything, it will be there, right? It will be there. What happens when you give Shutterbot? Wow, sorry. What happens when you give shutdown immediate? What happens when you give shutdown immediate? What happens when you give shutdown immediate is first we have to learn. Then, we need to make sure that we understand properly. Okay. What happens in shutdown immediate is, now it is half written, right? It is half written. Still the log switch happened. Still the log switch happened. Yes or no? Please tell me. It is only half written. Now the log switch will happen or not?
No.
No. Obviously no.
No, sir.
Obviously no. So what happens if the log switch is not happening? It has to complete filling the group, and then log switch will happen, right? Now here suppose the SCN number. Here the SCN number is 126. Here the SCN number is 126. Example, some random number I have picked. The SCN number is 126. What happens when you give shutdown immediate? Shutdown immediate is first it will down all the data files. First it will down all the data files, by writing what all the data files, and what it will do is there will be one checkpoint change number will be there, right? Checkpoint change number. Checkpoint will take the checkpoint change number or the latest SCN number or the latest SCN number or checkpoint change number. It will write into all the data file headers and control file. It will write into all the data file headers and control file that this is 126. This is 126. Now checkpoint job is completed. What checkpoint job is to? Checkpoint job is to update this SCN number in data file headers and control file. Done. After that it will down all the data files, redo log files, then it will down the control file, then instance will be down in shutdown immediate. Understand what happened? What is happening?
Yes, Anna.
Understand? Yes or no?
Yep.
I'm telling you in
Sir,
very basic diagram so that you people will understand very easily.
Yes, Kuma.
Understand everyone what happens in shutdown immediate? I'll tell you again. It is one of the redo log file is only half filled, means that the data is there, right? In this redo log group, the data is there. Half of the redo log group is having the data. Half of the redo log group is having the data, right? The transactions are there in redo log group now. When it can take, when these transactions will be backed up, only when it is completely full and it is log switch happens, then only the archive will take the backup, right? So there is no backup for this half redo log file as of now. As of now, there is no backup for this half redo log file. No backup. So what shutdown immediate will do is, or shutdown immediate or shutdown, anything it could be. What it will do is shutdown is, it will update till here. First checkpoint will update what is the latest information, latest SCN number. What is the latest SCN number? It will update in the data file and control file. It will update. Checkpoint will update in the data file header and control file. Then shutdown will happen. Understand, everyone?
Yes, Kuma.
Everyone.
Yes.
Yes, Anna, got it.
Okay, so
Oh, Kuma.
yeah.
Oh, well, before the recording, I was just gonna talk about access.
Okay, so this is what happens in a shutdown. When you shut down, the latest changes, latest SCN numbers will be taken by the checkpoint, and it writes here. And now writes in the control file and data file headers and the control file. Then it will down. So next time when we start the database, what happens? Control file, data file headers is having the same SCN number. Control file is also having the same SCN number. Okay. Data file header is having the same SCN number, control file is having the same SCN number, which is having the latest SCN number, and it will open the database with that SCN number. Okay, as I was talking, right, when we mount it will mount with one SCN number. When we open the database, the control file SCN number and the data file SCN number should be matched. Then only the data file will be open. If not, it will not open. So now when we open the database, everything will be fine. But what happens when you give shut? Next, there is one more concept called shutdown transactional. There is one more topic called shutdown transactional. Can everyone repeat with me? What is that? It's not shutdown immediate. There's something called shutdown transactional.
Don't understand.
Shutdown transaction.
Shutdown transactional. What is that? I'll tell you. That is also very interesting to learn, actually. Okay. Before talking about Shutterbot, I'm talking about all these things so that Shutterbot will be easy for you to understand. Okay. So shutdown transactional. User connected to the instance. User transactions are going on. User transactions, still there are a lot of transactions are there in the redo log buffer cache. Okay. There are a lot of transactions in the redo log buffer cache. We call it as change vectors. All the change vectors are being written here. And user still about to issue commit. User still did not committed the data. This is called dirty buffer or dirty what do you call dirty blocks? Okay, dirty blocks are dirty buffer. Okay, so still user did not commit it. If you commit, then this will come, right? So user still did not commit it. So now suddenly you have given shutdown transactional. You have given user transaction is still in progress. Users transactions are still in progress. Now suddenly you gave a command. You have connected to SQL Plus and you gave a command shutdown transactional. Shutdown transactional. What happens now? Can anyone guess and tell me what happens?
Yeah, it will wait till complete commit. And then it
Background
will.
noise. Lot of background noise.
Kumar, the user cannot add the data, Kumar.
Okay. Now what happens to the transaction? Transaction will be killed or transaction will be completed or
No,
what
no,
happens?
there won't be, as per my knowledge, I think there won't be any other transaction added to the database, Kumar.
Okay. No, what happened? My question is there is one transaction happening in the database. There is one transaction happening in the database. So lot of data is getting updated now. Lot of data is getting updated. Okay, which is writing into Reader file. Still commit did not happen. If commit happens, the transaction will be completed, right? What happens when you give commit? Transaction status will be completed, but still commit did not happen. Transactions are still in progress. The updates are still happening. Suddenly I gave shutdown transactional. Shutdown transactional. What happened to this transaction of the user's transaction?
Current construct transactions will be killed.
Okay.
Update will be stopped.
Okay. What about
Transaction will be
Dingana?
killed.
Killed. What about Dingana? Thinking, huh?
I was still thinking about it.
And don't think, give anyone answer.
I think it would right there the transaction. It will wait. I'll just say, well, it will be killed. The ones.
Tell me what happens.
Kumar, I think the transaction will be recorded and it will be going to undo table space, Kumar.
Okay, that's your answer. Okay, fine. What about other people? Satish, Vijay Kiran. What happens to the transaction when we give shutdown transactional?
Sir, as I told, transaction will be killed.
Kill. Okay, fine. So everyone says like transaction is going to kill. Now, whatever the update transaction is happening, it is going to be killed and the database is going to shut down is what everyone answered, but it's exactly opposite. Shutdown transactional, what it will do is it will wait till all the transactions are completed successfully, and then database will be shut down. So if you give shutdown transactional, for example, there are 100 users connected to the database. There are some 100 users connected to the database, right? After connecting to the database, they are doing their transactions. The transactions are still in progress. And if you give shutdown transactional, what happens? Once all the transactions are completed, then only database will be shut down. So which means what you can do is, for example, now assume that there is a maintenance activity. You have to shut down the database. When you have to shut down the database? 10 p.m. Exactly sharp 10 p.m. you have to shut down the database. So you can issue a command at 9 p.m. only. You can issue a shutdown transactional command at 9 p.m. Shutdown transactional. So what happens is, whatever the transactions are happening, once all the transactions are completed, it will bring the database down, so that there will not be any user disturbance. Because we will tell all users before only. That is called notification, outage notification. We will inform all users at 10 p.m. we are going to down the database for some maintenance activity. Already information is gone. Information is there for users. So we will start doing shutdown at 9 p.m. only. So when you do shutdown transactional, immediately database will not shut down. It will wait till all the transactions are completed and then database will shut down. So by the time you give 9 p.m. you give shutdown transactional, anyways, to complete all the transactions, it will take some time, right? So around 30 minutes or something. After 30 minutes or 40 minutes, the database will be shut down. Understood what is shutdown transaction, everyone?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Yeah, okay, fine. So that is shutdown transaction. Okay. Now what is shut abort, which is very important. What is shut abort? What happens if you give shut abort? What happens if you give shut abort is simple. Simple. There is a current SCN number. So half of the read log file is having the data. Half of the read log file is having the data. What is the SCN number? What is the SCN number we have? What is the SCN number we have basically? 126 or something like that. So what happens in shut abort? There is a latest, I mean, the transaction number is 126, right? 126. So it starts from, for example, it started from 120, 120, 120. So from 120 to 126, there are six transactions are there. 6 transactions are there in redo 1a.log. So this data is still not backed up. This data is still not backed up. Okay, this data is still not backed up, right? So when this data is not backed up, when you give shut abort, even if this data is not backed up or the control file and SCN control file, checkpoint did not write this into data file header, control file did not write into control file also. Checkpoint did not write into the control file or data file headers. This 120 to 126, the latest transactions or whatever the checkpoint change number is there, it did not write. Which means when you give shut abort, what happens? This data is nowhere this data is backed up, nowhere this information is written, nowhere this information is written, neither in control file, neither in data file header, nowhere it is written. Shut abort immediately, whatever this data is there, immediately without any information, without any intimation or without any waste of time, immediately all the files will be instantly down. So here the old SCN will only be there in data file header and control file. Old SCN number, old checkpoint change number will be there. Then what about this data? Then you people have to get it out. Then what about this data? When you bring this database online, what about this data? Understood the scenario? What I'm talking? Did you people understand the scenario?
Yes, Kumar.
This is nowhere written here. This is nowhere written. So when I start the database back, what happens is when you shut abort, immediately database is shutting down, abort. We are aborting the database. So when you bring the database back, what happens is it will mount with the mount control file. So this is the control file. Control file will mount with what? 119. Control file will mount with 119 and 120. Control file will be mount with 120. Data file header is also mounting with 120. Data file header is also opening. When we open the database, then data files will be read, right? So data file and control file SCN number is matching 120. But what is the latest transaction? 120 to 126 is the data, right? This data. Who will recover? When we open the database?
Archive log.
Exactly, SMON. This is called crash recovery. Shut abort means you are crashing the database. So when we start the database back again, when we start the database back again, it will mount with the old SCN, it will open with old SCN, and after the database is open, immediately SMON will recover the data, then only open will happen, then only complete database will be opened. So who will do this crash recovery? Whatever the data is crashed, whatever this data from 120 to 126, whatever the data is crashed, this will be recovered and the recovery will be performed by SMON. SMON is the background process which performs the crash recovery. Understood what happens in shut abort, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Kumar.
Kumar.
That is what it is written here. See, when we bring up the instance next time, when we do a shut abort, after giving a shut abort, when we bring up the instance next time, what happens? First instance will up, means P file or SP file will come up. here it will check the checkpoint in the control file and data file. Okay, it's fine. Now instance tries to open, it checks the current redo log file, which is 19, sequence number 19, for example. Sequence number 19 is the current redo log file. Okay, in control file it is written as 1901. In control file it is written as 1901. In data file also it is written as 1901. But the latest transaction is 1950. You have shut abort. So someone has to come into the picture. Someone has to come into the picture and recover the data from 1901 to 1950. 1901 to 1950, someone has to come and recover the data when you open the database. That is what I told you. It tries to open the control file, it tries to open the current redo log file at the time of opening the database. I'm talking. When you say mount, after mount is completed, next is open only, right? When the database is open, it tries to open 19. It tries to open 19 redo log file, sequence 19 of redo log file. Then it checks the current SCN before shut abort. Before shut abort, the current SCN is updated or not. Before shut abort, the current SCN is updated in the control file and data file header. It will check yes or no. It will check till which number it is updated. It has updated till 1901 in data file header and control file. It has updated till 1901. The amount of current redo or the current SCN is 1950, which is not updated in control file or data file header. Then it comes to a conclusion. That database is not properly shut down. Then it comes to a conclusion that database is not properly shut down or stopped last time. Then SMON will come into the picture. Okay, who will come into the picture? SMON will come. SMON will come into the picture. Okay, SMON will read the content of the current redo log file, which is 19, sequence number 19, and writes into the database buffer cache. Then database buffer cache will pick those blocks and writes immediately to the data files. Note, shut abort, uncommitted data should be rolled back from undo segments, and committed data should be written into the redo log groups. So what happens in shut abort? Whatever the uncommitted data is there, it will be automatically rolled back. Whatever the committed data is there, which will be written in the redo log files, that will be recovered by SMON. Okay, here SMON reads all the committed data and the current redo 19 and uncommitted data, which should be rolled back from undo table space, and keeps in the database buffer cache. So information is there, it is not lost. We don't lose the information. Whatever the uncommitted data is there, that is there in the undo table space. Whatever the committed data is there, that is there in the redo log files. So when database is up, what SMON will do? SMON will read both the things. SMON will read the committed data from redo log files and keeps in the database buffer cache, and data files will be updated by DB writer. And whatever the uncommitted data is there in the undo table space, that will be automatically rolled back when the database is open. Who will do that? Who will do this? SMON will do this. Now DB writer starts writing those committed blocks into data files from database buffer cache. This is called crash recovery. This happens before opening the crash recovery happens before opening the database successfully. We can see that in the alert log file. Understood everyone? Shut abort scenario.
Sana.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kumar.
Yes, Sana.
So that's it about shut abort. So next, let's go with the the next session. Okay. So that is about shut abort. Now we'll start about FRA. We'll just complete the basic things. It will complete it in 10 minutes. FRA will be completed in 10 minutes, and then we will look into the next classes. Next sessions in the next upcoming sessions. Okay. Next topics. Okay. So first, basic definition I'll give you. What is FRA? Basic definition I'll give you. Okay. So that you people will have to understand what is FRA. Now, I want you people to answer. If this is the database, and we are getting into all the archives, the redo logs are getting switched and the archives are getting generated, right? Where these archives are getting stored? Can anyone tell me where these archives are getting stored? If I ask you where these archives are getting stored, can anyone tell me?
Kumar, flashcard Aura data, Kumar.
No, that is not the correct answer.
Kuma, what was the question again, please?
Okay, the read logs are getting switched and the archives are getting generated. Where these archives are stored?
In the location we created?
Exactly, that is the answer. So, yeah, you are very close to the answer. Okay, anyways, you are close to the answer, so let me complete the answer. So, where these archives are getting stored? Wherever the location we give, whatever the location we give, there it will be stored based on log underscore archive underscore dest parameter. Yes, correct or not? Everyone?
Yes, Kuma.
Log underscore archive underscore dest. This is the parameter which will decide where to store the archives. Yes, everyone on the same page?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Good. Good. Now, there is something called, there are some more logs. There are some more logs are there. Some more logs. What are those logs are called? Flashback logs. What are those called as?
Flashback.
Flashback.
Flashback logs. Why these flashback logs are used? Why? My question is, why these flashback logs are used?
So in case if we happen to delete something, we can flash back and
Not delete. Not delete. I will
Oh.
tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. So why these flashback logs are used is, for example, now the time is 6 p.m. Now the time is 6 p.m. Okay. Remember, try to understand very carefully. Try to understand very carefully. Now the time is 6 p.m. Now the time is 6 p.m. Okay, time is 6 a.m. Let's take it as 6 a.m. not 6 p.m. Okay, let's take it as 6 a.m. Now the time is 6 a.m. At 10 p.m. My full backup is done. My full backup is done. At 10 p.m. my full backup is done. Okay, database full backup is done. And at 6 a.m. my entire database, I lost the database. I lost my database. Now how to recover? How will I get the database back at 6 a.m.?
we start from the backup.
Okay. I think what about other people? Yesterday I told
So
you
now
this
we have to
scenario,
restore
right?
it from Arman backup.
Yesterday I told you this scenario, right? You people forgot about this scenario? The same
We start from
scenario?
back
The
we
same
restart
scenario
from
I'm
backup.
asking. Okay, restore from
Restore from the
backup.
other log.
Backup
Archive log.
Recovery.
and the
No.
archive logs.
Restore from backup. When we restore from backup, what happens? The database will be restored till 10 p.m. only.
10
But
p.m.
I want the database to be the latest time. I want the database to be in the
Yeah, we
latest
can
time.
restore from
Archive logs.
So
Archive logs.
whatever the archives that are generated in between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. we can apply those archives and we can restore the database or recover the database till the latest point of time. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kuma.
So
Yes,
why
Arman.
why we are using archives to get the database forward, to get the database move forward. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
To get the database move forward. To get the database move forward, we are using archive logs. We are using archive logs and restoring the data till latest point of time. Now the time is 6 a.m. So I will restore the database till 6 a.m. I will recover the database till 6 a.m. with the help of archives. So archives are used to take the database one step ahead. For example, now the time is 6 o'clock. I want to take the database till 6 o'clock. I want to take the database move forward till 6 o'clock. So I'll apply the archives. Now I don't want to take the database till 6 o'clock. I want the database to take backward till yesterday morning 10 a.m. Now the time is 6 a.m. I want the database to go back to 10 a.m. yesterday, or go back to yesterday 4 p.m. For example. Now the time is 6 a.m. I don't want the database as 6 a.m. I want the database to go back. I want to take the database, go back till yesterday 4 p.m. what I will do? I will
Use
use
flashback.
flashback logs. I will use flashback logs to take the database forward. To take the database forward till the latest point of time, we use archive logs. To take the database backward, we will use flashback. Flashback. The meaning itself is coming, right?
Yes, sir.
Meaning itself is there. Flashback. If you go to the flashback, that's nothing but you are taking the database backward direction. You are taking the database to backward direction. Why we use flashback? Why we actually take this database to the backward direction? Generally, we don't do it, right? We don't do it generally. But in which scenarios we do it? For example, there's a customer, or there's a client who is actually inserting the data into the database. This client told, hey, from yesterday 4 p.m. onwards, till morning 6 a.m., some unwanted data, or some junk data has been placed in the database. I don't want that data, man. So please take the database back as 4 p.m. yesterday. If that kind of request come, how do you take the database back as 4 p.m.? You use flashback logs and take the database backward direction to 4 p.m. till yesterday. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
what are the logs which flashback contain? So if I want to go back.
Okay. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, Kumar, this I have one query. Actually, the flashback contains, what are the information? What are the logs?
Flashback contains the same. Whatever the archive logs are getting this information, like timely information. Every data at what time? For example, yesterday night 4 o'clock, yesterday evening 4 p.m. How was the database? Every information will be captured. So every information will be captured in the flashback logs. Okay. So what we can do is we can take the database back to 4 p.m. yesterday with the help of flashback logs. If we have flashback logs. Now, what is FRA? Did I answer your question? You got the answer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Flashback recovery.
Then what is FRA? No, not flashback recovery. Fast recovery area or flash recovery area. What is FRA? Can anyone tell me? Flash recovery area
Fast recovery area.
or
Fast
recovery area. FRA
Flash
is having,
recovery area.
FRA. What is the meaning of FRA? Fast recovery area or flash recovery area?
Flash recovery area.
You
Fast.
you have to tell both the answers, man. FRA meaning is there are two meanings for FRA. There are two definitions. FRA means fast recovery area and also flash recovery area. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you people
Yes.
repeat with me? What is FRA?
Flash recovery area and fast recovery
Fast
area.
recovery area, flash recovery area.
Why are we giving two definitions for FRA? Because FRA is the combination of archive logs and flashback logs.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
FRA is the combination of archive logs and flashback logs. So, if we are doing fast recovery, which means we are recovering the data with the help of archives. If we are doing flash recovery, we are doing the recovery with the help of flashback logs. So that is why the definition is given as flash recovery area or fast recovery area. Understand what is FRA?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
what FRA contains? If you enable, how to enable the FRA to the database, I'll show you practically right now. So what is FRA? FRA is the combination of flashback logs and archive logs. FRA is a combination of flashback logs and archive logs. So both the logs will be stored in FRA. Both the logs will be there. Based on the requirement, which logs you have to use, that's up to your requirement. That's it. If you want to recover the data till the latest point of time, use archive logs. If you want to bring the database back to yesterday, then use flashback logs. But both the logs will be stored in FRA. So to store the logs in FRA, we have to enable the FRA to the database. We have to enable the FRA. If we don't enable the FRA, only archive logs are there. Only archive logs. If we enable the FRA, both the logs will come. Now let's go to the practical and enable FRA. Everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Understood the theory part of FRA? Theory part.
Understood.
Yes, Kumar.
Okay, great. So let's start doing the practical now. Okay.
Kumar, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I have one more meeting with my customer.
Okay, you can.
So I'll drop off the call.
Okay, fine. Fine. Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, let's start the practical now. Did we start the database? No, right? ENV, SSCI, plus. Startup. Okay, now the database is started, right? So there are simple steps. There are very simple steps to do. First, what you do, show parameter log archive dest. Let's check what is our archive destination. What is the archive destination we have? Can anyone read?
ICICI
Broad
admin.
ICICI admin archive. Which means our archives are getting generated in this location. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Kumar.
How they are getting generated with this name, redo 1_76 sequence 76 dot arc. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now
Yes,
now let's connect to the database. Now how to enable FRA is first what you have to do, you have this parameter, right? Log underscore archive underscore dest is equal to this parameter. You nullify this. You don't give nullify means don't give any value. How to change the parameter? First check whether it is using SP file or P file. Show parameter SP file. It is using SP file now. So how to change the parameter?
Show parameter.
Alter system set. You have to change this parameter. Which parameter? This parameter. Alter system set log underscore archive underscore dest is equal to alter system set log underscore archive underscore dest is equal to no value. In single quotes, don't give any value. Understand what I'm talking?
Yes, sir. No. So it will be empty.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Everyone,
Yes, Kumar.
so nullify it. Scope is equal to both. Done. Now check log archive dest. Is there any value for log archive dest? Is there any value?
No, sir.
No.
Oh, we have nullified the value, right? Means
Yes, sir.
there is no location. There is no location for archives. We have removed the location. We have removed the location for archives. Now you give this parameter. Show parameter db underscore recover. db underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest. Show parameter db underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest. Okay. Dest size. Okay, these are the two parameters which are important for enabling the FRA. So first you have to set the size. Alter system set db recovery file dest size is equal to, and if you observe the logic behind this is all these are dynamic parameters affecting without shutting down the database or without bouncing the database. All these parameters are getting affected without bouncing the database. That's the beauty. Understood what I'm talking?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alter system set db underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest underscore size is equal to give some 4 GB. Scope is equal to both. Scope is equal to, right? Scope is equal to both. Next, set the db recovery file dest. Alter system set db underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest. Dest is equal to. Now give the location. What was the archive location? give this location. Single quotes. Don't give arc. Just give prod ICICI admin. Now enable the destination of DB underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest. Okay. Scope is equal to both. Understood till here what I'm doing? First, I have disabled, not disabled, I have removed the archive log dest, log underscore archive underscore dest. First, I have removed the destination of archive log. Then I have set DB recovery file dest size to 4 GB. Then I have set DB recovery file destination to prod ICICI admin. Till here, clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
If we don't
Yes,
specify
Kumar.
any, I mean, if we remove that location where that will be stored in, that will be moved to bin or where it would be.
What will be moved?
Archive.
Archives, I'm
File
giving this destination. Instead of using, see, to enable FRA, what is FRA? What is FRA? Tell me what is FRA?
Flash recovery area or fast recovery area.
What is the meaning of FRA? Combination of
Combination of archive log and
archive logs and flashback
Flashback.
logs.
Yes.
Here, if you mention log underscore archive underscore dest is equal to archive destination, what will be generated? Archive logs will be generated or flashback logs will be generated?
flashback log will be generated because no, we are not destination is not there, right?
No. If I give the destination, I'm asking, I'm talking. If in the previous case, we used to have the log archive destination, yes?
Yes.
If I give the log archive destination, in that destination, what will be generated? Archive logs will be generated or flashback logs?
Archive logs.
Only archive logs will be generated. If I enable,
Yes.
if I enable this destination, if I give log archive dest is equal to some destination, only archive logs will be generated. Yes.
Yes, sir.
But I don't want only archive logs. I want archive logs and flashback logs. That is my requirement. Yes.
Okay.
So I have disabled or I have removed the log archive dest and I am enabling the FRA destination. How to enable FRA destination? By giving this parameter DB recovery file dest. Now if you give this destination, in this destination both archive logs will be generated and FRA logs will be generated, flashback logs will be generated. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So I have removed the archive log destination and enabled DB recovery file destination. Understood, guys, what I'm talking?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kumar.
And for this destination, I have given some size. How much size? 4 GB.
4 GB.
4 GB. It has to give it will generate till 4 GB, and after that again, if it is full, then again I can use more 4 GB or something like that. That's okay. Okay. So this is how I have given the destination. So I have removed the archive log destination and enabled DB recovery file destination. Prod ICICI admin. This part is done. Now you enable the FRA. How to enable the FRA? Now use alter system set log underscore archive underscore dest is equal to this parameter. Alter system set log underscore archive underscore dest underscore 1 is equal to location use DB recovery file dest. Whatever the DB recovery file dest is there, you use that destination and generate the archives. That is what I'm telling. To archive destination. Understood? Now you can
Yes,
check. Now you can check show parameter. Show parameter log archive dest. Sorry, show parameter. Show parameter log underscore archive underscore dest underscore. See, it is using DB recovery file dest now. Archive location is going to DB recovery file dest. What is DB recovery file destination? Prod ICICI admin. So here in this location, both archives will be generated and flashback logs will be generated. This is how we enable FRA. Understand, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now go to archive log list. It will use this DB recovery file list. DB recovery file list. Again, sequence started from 1. That's okay. We have restored and recovered, right, yesterday. Now you go to this destination. What is the destination? Here, CD prod admin. There is nothing. Now there is nothing. No folder is created in this prod ICICI admin. There is no folder created. But Now I will switch, I will wantedly switch some archives and see what happens. Alter system, switch log file. 2 switches, 3 switches, right? Now you see what happens. There is something called ICACA created. Did I create this? Did I
No.
create this folder?
No, sir.
No.
Automatically it got created. Oracle only did. So go inside ICACA and see ls-lhrt. What is this?
Archive log.
Archive log.
Archive log.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
See archive log.
Yes.
ls-lhrt. It is creating with date. With the date it is creating. ls-lhrt.
Time.
Here there are our archives. Now here from today onwards, here there will be our archives, including the date and time. At what time, in what date the archive is generated, and what date the archive, at what time and what date the archives are getting generated. This is how. Now you see archive log folder automatically created. Did I create this?
No.
Now let's enable flashback. Now let's enable flashback to the database. Okay, let's connect to the database. I told you what is FRA. I told you what is FRA.
Combination of archive log and
Archive log and
flashback log.
flashback log.
In this location, where are we right now? 3D. Wait a minute. We have to go inside. In this location, ICACA is created, right? ICACA is created. So, but in ICACA, I only see archive log folder. But what about flashback log folder? What about flashback log? I told you, this ICACA folder is a combination of ICACA folder is a combination of archive log and flashback log. Both has to be created. That is only FRA, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
archive log is created, but what about flashback log? I did not enable the flashback in the database. Once I enable the flashback in the database, automatically I don't do anything. Flashback logs will be automatically created. Now let me enable the flashback. How to enable the flashback? Simple. Alter database flashback on. But we need to shut down the database first. We need to shut down immediate. Shut down immediate. Why we have to shut down immediate? To enable archive log or to enable flashback log. Database should be mounted. Then only we'll be able to do it. It could be archive log mode or flashback mode. Anything. If you want to enable archive log mode, go to the mount and enable archive log mode. If you want to enable flashback, then go to mount and again do the flashback on the flashback. So start up mount. And give alter database flashback on. Done. Now alter database open. Now I will give some switches. Alter system switch log file. I'm giving 2 more switches. Now see what happens in this folder. Which folder created now?
Flashback.
Did I create this folder?
No.
No, sir.
So for every log switch happens in the database, automatically archive logs will be generated and flashback logs will also be generated. Understand?
Yes, sir.
For every log switch happens in the database, automatically flashbacks will be generated and archive logs will be generated. So if you want to bring the database, if you want to bring database like yesterday, till yesterday, 15:59, I mean, whatever the time it is having, till that time you can bring the database back. Till whatever the time you have flashback logs, till that time you can bring the database backward. You can take the database to backward direction. Understand what I'm talking?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kumar.
Whatever the archive logs are there, you can take the database, how many latest archive logs are there, that much forward you can take the database to the recovery mode. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, Kumar.
Yes, sir.
But in general, in real time, we don't enable the flashback. Basically, who will frankly speaking, I'll ask you one question. Which client will actually tell you to bring the database back? Nobody will tell, right? See, for example, there is a bank called ICICI or there is a bank called MX. till will they accept that all these today's transactions, how many customers are there, today's transactions should be erased, and the database has to bring to the see already day is completed, today is completed, I don't want today's data, please bring the database back till yesterday 4 p.m. Will somebody tell like that?
No,
No, right? No, right? So but there could be a possibility. So if there is a possibility, how to do it, you have to learn. That is why I taught this class. Other than that, you don't have to enable the flashback policy. If the flashback is on, they keep generating lot of flashback logs, unnecessary waste of space. Okay, more or less there might be some scenarios which might come like, please bring the database forward, restore and recover the database to the forward level, not to the backward level. Those scenarios might come, but I never saw in my life, I never did flashback. This is 100%, I'm telling you, in real time.
Okay.
Just for practical purpose or knowledge purpose, I did flashback multiple times in my lab environment, but in real time environment, I never did flashback of the database. Nobody requested me. No client asked me to, hey, take the database back till yesterday. No, nobody asked me, and I did not do it. I did not get any requirement in my 11 years of experience. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
generally
Yes,
flashback, but in case, in interview purpose, if they are asking like how can we bring the database back to yesterday's point, for that there is something called FRA. In FRA is a combination of archive log and flashback logs. We need to flashback. We need to on the flashback on the database so that the flashback logs keeps on generating. So with the help of flashback logs, we can take the database till yesterday to yesterday. How it was yesterday 4 p.m. We can take the database like that. We can answer. Okay. This is how flashback will help. And archive logs, how archive logs will help to take the database forward. Like till 10 p.m. we have the backup. After 10 p.m. we don't have the backup. So we want to restore the database or recover the database. We will use the latest archives and we will recover the database till the latest point of time. That is about archive log. This is about flashback log. Understood? FRA, the combination of archive and flashback.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, Kumar.
Understood.
Thank you. Thank you. So what I'll do, I'll disable the flashback, unnecessary waste of
Memory.
memory or space, right? Shut down immediate. Again, to disable also, we need to shut down, bring the database to mount state, and then disable, then open. Startup mount, alter database, flashback off. Alter database open. That's it. So we are done, guys. That's it for the day. So flashback FRA is completed. Recycle bin is completed. So automation, this real-time session is pending, right? So we'll do this in the next session. Okay. I tried my best to, to complete fast, but I'm not able to because I'm such kind of a person. Like I want to tell everything without any missing. So that is why the the sessions are taking long time to complete. So, but anyways, if it is taking more time, means you are gaining a lot of knowledge. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Yes, sir.
So that's it from my side as of now. If you have any question and answers, Q&A session is open for next 4 minutes. You can ask all the Q&As. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining.